Welcome back to RBD Block Challenge. I'm Cindy Cloward, and we are working on the last block, block number 16, together. This block was designed by me, and this is the batik version, and this is the solid version. Look at the center. The inspiration for this block is a red cross. I was a labor and delivery nurse for many, many years, so that's the inspiration for the block, but you'd never guess, because it goes, you got a red center that goes out to pink and a lot of fun, colorful designs. So this is all about coming together, bringing all the blocks together. So let's get started on this last block. The first thing you need to do, if you didn't know already, is download the pattern from our Riley Blake Designs website. Coming together. I did have an optional version of this. So here's all the pieces cut out. The optional version is strip piecing. If you like to strip piece, look at that optional version. If you just want to piece this section right here, one at a time, that's easy to do too. But I wanted to show you a strip piece version. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my glasses and let's get started. The first unit that we're gonna work on is this corner, and you're gonna repeat it the same way 4 times. So I'm gonna show you one way. Let's get started with this coral color. And so we take this D rectangle, and we're gonna take our A square, and we're gonna sew it together. Right sides together, if you've got a right side. And it's a little like making a log cabin, not exactly the same, just a little. Okay, take it over to your pressing station. We're gonna open that up. And that is step 1. Step 2, we're gonna take the E rectangle and we're gonna put it next to. Now make sure it's going the right way. So it's gonna go on that side, flipped over. Because you don't wanna put it on the other side, that will not be the right way. So we're gonna put that side on and we're gonna sew down the side. Okay, let's take it to our pressing station. Open it up. Oh. Need to flatten it. There we go. It's coming together. The next thing we're going to grab is our B rectangle. It's going to go on the bottom like that. Let's just sew down that side. Okay, let's give it a little press. Open that up. Okay, and the last thing we're gonna do is grab our C rectangle. Put it on that side. So flip right sides together. Let's sew on down. Let's open it up. And there's 1 unit down. I'm gonna finish the other 3 units and I'll meet you back here. All right, let's bring it over here and let's just make sure they're measuring the right size. Let's see. Let's flip it over here. Just ever so much. They really should be the right size, but sometimes they get a little off. So there we go. So those units are finished. Now it's time to strip piece. Now, remember I told you had two options. I have this example where you can sew your little pieces together, the original instructions. So I'd sew two together, and then sew all four of these together. But I like to make things a little bit easier, and so there is a strip piece option. And you know, sometimes it's just easier to do 2 and 2, and you actually, seems like you get a little more accurate doing that. So 2 and 2, I'm gonna put the coral and the light blue together and this teal and green together. I'm gonna give them a press for a nice little temporary adhesive. Okay, recheck your order. It goes like this and this. So our last seam is right there. All right, give that a nice press. Okay, it's pressed a little different, but it's okay. However it wants to fall, that's gonna be fine. And now we're gonna bring it over here. They should be measuring 4.5 inches. It's just a little under, but I think it's because I need to give it a little more of a tug. So that way it'll measure 4.5 inches. So that's good. Now we want to do 2.5 inch strips. So we're kind of true up one side just a little bit. That's our scrap. Now we don't want to get wonky, so I always line that top line off with my side, nice little right angle, and we're doing 2.5 inch. So it's actually the full width of this ruler. That makes it easy. Okay, let's lay this out, and we're going to start with our red in the middle, our H square, and then we have this beautiful rainbow stripe on all 3 sides, and then we're going to do this fun corner block on all 3 sides. And this kind of faces out. Nope. The teal goes out like that and that. So that's how it looks laid out. So now let's just start sewing this all together. I'm going to sew this, flip over this inside to the outside and line it up. I grab my pins. And it looks like a hard block, but if you do the strip piecing, even if you don't do the strip piecing, it just comes together in a flash. Lots of pieces though, but there's less pieces if you do the strip piecing method. Okay, let's take it to the machine and sew. Okay, let's take it over to our design board and open it up. We don't have to clip our threads. Let's flip out those outside units towards the center. And how about we just put in a pin at the top to make it easy to transport and so it doesn't get so fiddly. Okay, let's take it to the machine and sew. All right, it's looking good. Okay, 2 more seams. Now, we do tell you in the pattern which way to flip your seams. So for the outside, we're telling you to flip that this way. And the inside, the red's, it's gonna be flipped towards the red, towards the dark side. So there is clues on this pattern of which way to flip your seams for nesting and the best assembly. So we'll just nest our seams like that. You can pin on the outside. And since I'm here, I'm going to just do my other side right there. Flip it over just like that. Again, we're flipping the red towards the red on that middle square. All right, let's take it to our pressing station. Give it a good press. I'm gonna give it a mist first. Okay, let's open that up. That is looking so good. Okay, you know the drill. The last thing we need to do is get out our trim it ruler and see if it measures our 10.5-inch square. It is looking good. I think there's just a tiny spot. I need just hairs, really. And the coming together quilt block is finished. We are so glad you've been following along and sewing along with us. But we do have one more final video. It's where we take all the quilt blocks and put it together in a final beautiful quilt. So join us next time for the finishing video where we put all the blocks together. See you then.